So many people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Do you believe that? I do. Stay tuned so you can see how I start my day off. So what I have here is cold pressed coconut oil, which is a staple here at my house. And what I do is I take a whole spoon of that and I put it into the pan. And I bring it over to the stove and I set the stove in high. And the reason I put it at high is because I want that coconut oil to really spread throughout the pan. The very next thing I do is my eggs. So each egg white has 3 grams of protein. So I want to make sure that I'm at least getting 9 to 12 grams of protein for my breakfast. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take the yolks out and just keep the egg whites. And I'm going to bring the egg whites over to the pan and cook them for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to move on to our starchy carbs. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to separate the yolks from the egg whites. Remember, the cholesterol is in the yolk. So we're making sure we get all the egg whites in there. And you just want to toss out the yellow part. And then you're going to do that with 2 other eggs, and you're actually going to keep a whole egg for a 4-egg omelet. And then what you want to do is you want to actually just mix that 1 yolk in the rest of the egg whites. And you want to make sure it spreads really well. And there you go. You have a 4-egg white omelet with 1 yolk. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that coconut oil is nice and spread throughout the pan. And you're going to introduce the egg whites. Make sure you get everything in there. And then we're going to go for about anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. It's funny, it always changes. Sometimes it takes 3, sometimes 5. And you don't really want to mix the egg whites or anything. You just kind of want to let them sit there. And when they're cooking, you're going to start turning the omelet around until it's perfectly round. This is the famous handful that I talk to most of my clients about. And it looks like half a cup of steel oats. So you put your steel oats in there, and most people make them with milk. Obviously, I'm not a fan of dairy, but there is an exception. And the exception is this vanilla French creamer. Now, this is usually for coffee, but in this case, we're going to use it to give it a little bit of flavor. And we put a little bit of the creamer in there, and we add just a little bit of water to where it's covered up to the surface there. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes you're going to have a perfect breakfast. Basically, you're going to have your oatmeal, you're going to have your egg whites, and then obviously you can add some coffee, some water. I don't recommend orange juice or anything that's high in sugar that's going to actually spike your insulin. But this is a perfect way to either start your day or maybe as a mid-morning snack. Say, for example, you started off with a shake at 6 a.m. and then at 9:30 a.m. you have a breakfast like this, or vice versa. So this oatmeal just came out of the microwave. It was in there for 2 minutes. And obviously you see a lot. It was just a half a cup. So there you have oatmeal and a 4-egg white omelet. There's actually 1 yolk in there for flavor. So guys, as you can see, this is so easy to make, and I know you can see it on the other side. This tastes really good. Tell me that you can't do this for 90 days. Tell me you can't do it for 6 months. It's easy to do because it tastes good, and that is the important thing about Empty Your Bucket, the program we talk to our clients about. It's not just about losing weight, but it's about sustainability and being able to keep flavor in your food, because ultimately that's what's going to allow you to continue to do this plan for the rest of your life. You're never going to have to come off of it. But if something is bland, it doesn't taste good, you'll probably discipline yourself to do it for so long, but at some point you're just going to want to quit. This is good stuff. I have a million different variations on how to do this. If you're truly interested in taking your body, your fitness to the next level, contact me, and I have over 37 recipes in an ebook that I can actually share with you, and it would make all the difference in the world. This is JT Tapias with Fit Method 413, strengthening your mind, body, and spirit.